Hi, everyone. My name is Brandon Lingle, and this is Spirit of Invincibility, a podcast by We Are Invincible, celebrating the people and stories reshaping how the world sees disability, creativity, and strength. Before we begin, I also want to call attention to Lauren's absence from this conversation, too. We decided together that this episode was absolutely worth sharing, and we're so excited to have Lauren's energy and perspective in future episodes. Today's guest is someone whose spirit embodies the theme of this show. Oliver Scheier. A filmmaker, artist, and student, Oliver is a TEDx speaker and advocate whose authenticity and curiosity challenge how we think about identity, gender expression, and what it means to be human. His courage in redefining labels and leading with heart make him a true reflection of the invincible spirit. I am so excited for this conversation. I hope you enjoy.
Hey, Brandon. I've been looking forward to this, and I miss talking to you.
I'm so excited to fill in both of those slots here, really to catch up and then just to hear what it is to be Oliver Scheier and to be invincible. What makes you invincible?
What makes me invincible? My true nature. I think in my truest self, I it is just pure being and pure presence, and in that there is invincibility because there's no other option. I find that when I'm laughing and when I'm in nature and when I'm creating, it is pureness and homogeny to the point of unbreakableness, if that's a word.
It is
And
today.
yeah, cool. I just made it one. But yeah, what makes me invincible, it's my soul, my spirit, my inhibition and my ability to lead with my heart.
I love that. It's so much of a individual feeling and
Mm.
sense of, and so I continue to say, it's such a big word to some and it's such a small word to others, depending on, where that person is in their life. Tell us about maybe a day in the life that made you feel invincible.
Like a specific day?
Yeah, if you had one, or if you have some that are similar, and like say this day of invincibility comes
Yeah.
before X is about to happen.
Hmm. It's definitely it's a various experience because I don't think that like invincibility is only in very loud life moments of like being if of the extraordinary happening. I think two things came to mind. One, I last year I gave a TEDx two-lane talk, like a TED talk, and completing that and memorizing all of the speech I had and like finishing it and doing it, I felt invincible. The fact that I proved to myself that I could do that, I could memorize like 15 minutes worth of text and deliver it with the right intonation and emotion, and the fact that I did it, that and my parents were there and my friends were there, and like seeing people listen to me and what they told me my words and my art meant to them, that like really I felt like I was flying. And then in a more recent example, I took a trip to Florida over the past 4 days. I flew down and spent time with my grandparents, and like just any time spent with them, I really feel invincible because they're so like my grandpa's about to be 80, my grandma's like 77, whatever, and but they're so youthful and like they go in the ocean and we go in the ocean together and like sit on the beach and we laugh and we're funny and silly, and so anytime I'm with them it really I feel it. But then we drove from Florida to New Jersey where I live, and something about being in the car for so long with them, but just with myself, looking out the window and thinking I feel so in touch with that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. I want to see things and think. So to answer your question, the moments I feel invincible are not singular. There's
Mhm.
not one type of invincible day, invincible moment for me. It can come in expected and unexpected ways.
I love your outlook. I love your sense of almost just being,
Mm.
it's like it's I feel very similar to how I see the world, and it's sitting and being and almost receiving. Often for me it's a moment of reflection and just thinking about what could be, what is, and that's awesome. I love hearing that for you it's very much in your soul more so than this exterior or almost external seeking way of being. What makes I had one question off of that. um Actually, we're going to get to it a little bit later. What makes you an innovator in your own life? And feel free if you'd like to give the audience a little bit of description about what it is to be Oliver Scheier
Yeah.
in a day.
Um, what does it mean to be an innovator? Kind of my stubbornness, to be honest. Like and my wrestling with what is expected of me or what I perceive to be expected of me and how I push back against that. And so like I mean there whenever I am in these scenarios, I find that there to be a tension between like what I think I should be saying, not what I think the person I'm speaking with thinks I should be saying. Like for those who don't know me and my story, I live with a rare form of muscular dystrophy, and my mom, through being in such close proximity with me, like has created two incredible companies, Runway of Dreams, that aims to uh, talk about and raise awareness for disability and inclusion, and then Gamut, a consulting agency for people with disabilities. So I think to be my most innovative thing is the fact that I reject internally and maybe sometimes externally, I reject the notion that I am a one-trick pony, and that I am here to say that I am invincible when I get past like a disability obstacle, or I am an innovator when I advocate for, disability inclusion, which, don't get it twisted, is so important to me and my life and my work. But I'd say I'm most innovative in the fact that I am who I am, and I am not a mold to fit within a box of disabled or queer or Jewish or whatever one might think of me. I don't know. Like, does that make sense?
It's not for me to make sense of it,
Well, yeah,
I think that's the beautiful thing. But yes, 100%. You are this human who was born with a rare form of muscular dystrophy.
yeah.
It makes you different than everybody else, but in my opinion, we are all different than everybody else. And that is what our uniqueness is supposed to be. That's
I know. I mean, literally, like recently, I've been, and like, I'm sparing with who I tell this to because I don't want to. Someone might think I'm crazy, but I trust
well,
you.
this is going online, so just
I mean, I don't give innovative in that I don't give a fuck. Um, but like, I've actually been refraining from using the word disabled when it pertains to me, and I find that to be extremely innovative because what makes me disabled? The fact that my body works in a unique way, like your body works in a unique way. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like, and everyone listening to this, their body works in a unique way. So, like, I feel like the only truly disabled people are people who are dead, who like they're actually not able to live. You know? So I don't know, and I don't. I'm very careful with how I uh interact with that thought internally and externally because I know I don't mean to like have any sort of erasure of like people with disabilities or like the power of community. I'm speaking about this purely in my life, so I'm not advocating for a removal of the term. I just think we, as you said, we need to embrace the fact that like everyone is unique. Everyone is unique, and so maybe innovation comes in that form to sort of reconnect with us as human beings, each unique in their own way, but human nonetheless.
Hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think, part of part of I think we are invincibles, and it's not an I think, but the pause comes from separating the mission from sort of the air and the unwritten, the unspoken mission of what we are invincible is. It's to
Mm.
change perceptions and to erase stigma from this community of people who are just trying to live with what they were given and do it in a way that just allows them to be themselves,
Mm.
but and not in a way that ever would allow somebody else to not be who they are too. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to really giving this community, the disabled community, that stage and that spotlight via whatever it is, a literal stage or a platform such as this.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
um what's one of the biggest obstacles you've had to overcome?
It's a great question. My own fear as it pertains to the version of myself that I know is true and my reservation with fully expressing that. And what I mean by that is it is so hard to know who you are so nicely inside, but then to consider what other people might think or how it might look. And it's hard, and it's not something that I am cured of at
Mhm.
all, but I am making strides and I'm proud of myself. Like last night, I put on one of my sister's dresses, and oh, I felt like so incredible, like invincible, actually. Like I just, oh, I felt like there is this something inside of me that like has been wanting to like come out and express themselves in a way that I don't know if I've even consciously known for so long, because I'm afraid of like, I mean, if in specifically the conversation of gender expression, like, will will that sacrifice how I'm treated by other men or women or like who what like who am I? But it's all of these conversations that I have within myself that in the end they stop me from doing what I want to do. So the biggest obstacle that I am still overcoming is the tension between who exactly I want to be, and I know I am, and the voice and the thought of perception, how I'm perceived. And, it's funny because go back a year or two ago, I would have thought, no, I don't care what people think. And I do a pretty great job of not caring what people think, but the deeper you go into yourself, and even the parts you're afraid to recognize, it's hard. It's really hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Having that understanding of perception too, and seeing where you fit into it, where you want to fit into it eventually, and how comfortable you are to fit into it now,
Yeah.
are all like factors, external factors,
Yeah.
push,
Yeah.
bouncing off, and it's this constant, that's there with you. And me being part of the same community,
Yeah.
LGBTQ, it's kind of always that ever changing environment of, well, I would just consider myself a chameleon, It's like I can change colors, I can adapt to certain
Yeah.
spaces and do this and do that and be this person, but not be that person if I don't want to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's just the self is a big obstacle to overcome. So once you've done that, nailed it, and then
Yeah.
you think
Yeah.
you've nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think the nailing it comes in the form of distinction between self and fear, because something
Mhm.
that I've, through therapy and a lot of thought, have come to realize that self, or the spirit, the soul, is when you feel invincible. I mean, to contextualize it, it's that feeling of expansiveness and pure pure being, and doing and being exactly who you are. So I think that, like, when you can listen to your body and the messages it gives you, you gain a really nice sense of what is present right now. Is it
Mhm.
fear? Is it self? Is it fear blocking the self? And can we nudge through that and, get to the self?
Right.
Is it the opposite, if that's possible? But I think that's an important piece of the puzzle.
I have
Yeah,
a really important question that came off of that
let's do
response, though.
let's do it.
What color was the dress?
Oh my god, it was so fucking beautiful. Holy shit. It was this black and white polka dot dress with the white background, black polka dots, and like, oh my god. It was like, because it wasn't even plain polka dots. It was like, one part would be like tiny polka dots, and then it'd be like split, and then big polka dots. It was like so interesting. And what I loved so much about it was that, like, the chest area, like, I didn't need boobs to, like, fill it, if
Yeah,
that makes sense. And, like, that's such a difficult thing with dresses when you don't have boobs, because it's like, then they're just, like, sitting there, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like they're waiting
right.
for you to fill them
Space.
out. I don't have them, and
Yeah,
also, that doesn't feel totally authentic to me. Like, I don't know, I like my flat chest, I do. But this was, like, very, like, stuck to my chest, and I was like,
yeah,
"Yes."
yeah. It was form fitting.
Oh,
It was
nice, yeah.
right. The dress did the speaking all for itself.
Right.
Unisex.
Oh my god, it was, and the feelings I was having was so, it was, like, visceral, I don't know.
Yeah. What was it? Can you explain it, or do you
It's the
care to?
yeah, yeah, it's the weirdest. I feel so, I don't know if this will even make sense, but in those moments where I feel so in touch with my unique expression of gender, I feel almost like a cosmic clash between gender and sexuality,
Hmm.
where I feel like, so, to not be vulgar, like almost like turned on by myself.
Yeah.
And like this, because it's like, so often sexuality is external. I find them attractive, all of that, but it's like I feel in sexual in myself,
Right.
and like so beautiful, and sexual really is the word for it, but it's like freeing, and I don't know, it's like a wonderful new feeling for me of, like, because I do find myself attractive, but it's like Oh, you know what it is? Wow, you're getting enough. I just got hit with the thought, so this is the
I'm
live
ready.
reaction. But it's feeling sexy in my body. That's what it is. Because I adore my face. To be, I'm humble, I promise. But the body has just been this kind of like yeah. I mean, it's there. It is what it is. I don't have a terribly negative relationship with it, but it's also not overtly positive. But in those moments when I'm in the dress or in a skirt, or I'm like, oh, I'm so
So
like
damn sexy.
so damn sexy, literally.
Yeah.
And that's really a wonderful, freeing experience for me to feel that in my body.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. I've put on clothes that made me feel that way
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear it out? Is your sister gonna let you wear it out?
I mean, like, I think so. Because she lives in New York City now, and it's in her closet at home. So if she really wanted it that bad, um, but I mean, yes, I will wear it out. But we gotta get to that point
Right,
because
right.
it was even like when I put it on last night. It was originally meant for like a layering piece to have it be more of a skirt, and then I have this kind of other dress thing where it ends at like the knee area. But then I
Hmm.
put it on and I was like, wait, I'm gonna stay in this space right now. So I will wear it out, but I need to get to that point.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you haven't familiarized with Oliver yet, he is a very good layerer. So he just like an onion, just peel him back, but just like his fashion too, layer it on.
Thanks.
Um, all right, last question here.
Yeah.
Who is someone you know who's invincible?
Yeah. My mom, to be honest, I mean, she is so empowered in her her work and her soul and her kindness. It's like, I mean, she's invincible because she will go swing open the doors of any room she is to enter and meet everyone and give them the same smile and genuinity that is borderline idealist. And she hammers it into me when I'm, annoyed with someone or whatever. She'll say, just give them compassion. Feel for them in a way. And it's hard because I'm like, oh, but they're being an asshole or being annoying. I don't want to. But she does it. And she is just so wonderful. She's so kind and so light. And she's been that way. It's so fun for me to talk to people she knew when she was my age or younger, and they say she's literally the same in the way she treats people nicely and is so fashionable and interesting and fun and light and welcoming and warm. So, back to what I said earlier about um, the expected answers, I'm comfortable with giving that one over and over again because I would never, ever, ever, ever be who I am without her. And without the experience of marveling at someone who will get fully dressed up to not leave the house. Like, she'll be on virtual meetings all day, dressed incredibly. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. So it's her, and it continues to be her. It will always be her, because she is invincible.
Yes, yes, she is. I know.
You know.
I've been on the receiving end of everything you just said.
Hmm.
Well, Oliver, is there anything you'd like to add? Any last thoughts or any thoughts just in general about our conversation?
Um, just that I appreciate this conversation speaking to you, but also what it is you are talking about, and the multifaceted nature of invincibility and innovativeness. It really interests me, and I'm grateful that you're opening the space for people to speak on what it is to them, and grateful for the listeners as well who are willing to hear this ongoing, almost like molten thing where it's hardening and it's happening right before our eyes. And I don't know, I mean, the openness to let it evolve and let it not be perfect, to let it be raw, vulnerable, wrong, even. I don't know, but I'm grateful because invincibility is such a crucial thing.
It is, and I myself often struggle with it. And just those descriptors you just used, I will tell everybody I'm type A OCD. Like
Mm.
I like things to be perfect the first time, every time. And part of this whole series for me is to learn to let go a little bit, like it doesn't I don't know, it's perfect in how it just is.
Yeah,
And let's take it from there and just, continue to talk about it. So
yeah.
thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. Well, everybody, thank you for listening to our conversation about invincibility here with Oliver. We're so excited you stuck around. If you would like to talk about how or what the spirit of invincibility is to you, feel free to like, share, comment below. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Bye.